I'm going to guide you through the leaves on a stream exercise. This comes from acceptance and commitment therapy and is seen as a cognitive diffusion strategy. So the intention of this exercise is to allow your thoughts to float on by. You are not getting hooked to your thoughts. You're not analyzing your thoughts or ruminating on any of these thoughts. You are just simply allowing them to float on by. With this exercise, we'll utilize some deep breathing, we'll utilize guided imagery. There'll be normal pauses throughout. If you notice that your mind wanders, just simply bring it back to that image, bring it back to your breath and into your body. And for this exercise, it can be helpful to imagine a landscape that has lots of trees and clouds. You can imagine the ground underneath you, perhaps it's dirt. So really using your senses to immerse yourself into this imagery. So I want you to imagine that you're at a trailhead, getting ready to start your walk. You notice the ground underneath you. Noticing the dirt, any sticks, any leaves. And you begin to walk down this trail. And as you walk, you can imagine taking big, deep, fresh breaths in. And just exhaling naturally. Notice your surroundings. So imagine seeing big trees with lots of branches. Noticing the leaves. And just continue to walk, continue to notice. You can imagine you might hear and see different animals. Perhaps seeing squirrels scurry around, birds chirping high up in the trees. And as you continue to walk, look up at the sky, noticing the clear blue skies with white fluffy clouds just floating by. And imagine as you continue to walk further and further along this trail, you start to hear water running down a stream. I'm noticing that trickling. And finally, as you walk further and further, you actually get to stand right along this stream. You notice the sounds of the water trickling over the rocks. You can imagine big trees with lots of branches, lots of leaves surrounding the stream. You can imagine seeing up into the sky, allowing that warmth of the sun to hit the rest of the body. And as you stand next to this stream, I want you to imagine using your senses just to bring in everything around you. Noticing what you can see, noticing what you can hear, perhaps the rustling of the leaves, the flow of the stream, like animals running or flying around. Imagine what this area might smell like. Imagine how hot or cold it might feel. And as you stand here, imagine that you're taking big, deep breaths in through your nose, smelling the fresh air, and slowly breathing out through your mouth. So think of a time recently where you felt particularly anxious or stressed. Maybe you're feeling quite down or sad. Imagine what thoughts are going through your head. And as you imagine each of these thoughts, imagine that it leaves your mind, falls on a leaf. That leaf flows down into the stream and down. So each thought that you have, imagine it lands on the leaf, falls down the tree, plops in the stream, and floats down. Each thought that comes up, you allow it to leave your mind, land on the leaf, fall from the tree, and then flow down the stream. And there might be times where the thoughts are coming faster than you can imagine them landing on the tree, and that's okay. Or it might be hard to imagine different thoughts. You have a clearer mind, that's okay too. But just simply observe those thoughts leaving your mind. Plopping on the leaves, falling down the tree, and flowing down the stream. Now, your job is not to pick up the leaf and analyze the thought and question how valid or not it is. Your job is simply just to allow those thoughts to float on by down the stream. And just take a few moments here to really imagine all of those thoughts leaving your mind, falling down the tree and down the stream. Big deep breaths in through your nose, release through your mouth. Begin to bring your awareness into this imagery again. So zooming out, noticing the sky with the clouds. Noticing the tops of the trees with the leaves and the branches. Noticing the stream as the water flows down. Imagining what you can smell and hear. Now imagine that you turn your back to the stream, you walk back up the trail you came from, noticing the ground, noticing your surroundings. Imagining a sense of calm and peace. And just continue to visualize walking down this trail, back to where you started. And know that you can go to this place at any time when you have a lot of racing or ruminative thoughts. It's not always helpful to analyze or investigate those thoughts. Sometimes it's best just to observe and allow them to float on by.